Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on very easy detailed cut crease white eyeliner. Please keep on watching. So I've already done a browse off camera just to hasten up the video so that it will not be too long, and I'm going to be going into her eyes. She's a client. She's doing a photography shoot, so she requested for one of my looks that I did recently. So I'm going to be using Maybelline concealer on her lid. I'm going to be using a brush to spread that out all over her lid. Guys, I like to use a concealer, especially this particular one, Maybelline Master Conceal, because it gets tacky, like almost getting dry, not totally dry. You know when something is sticky, so it works really well with a matte eyeshadow. So, and it also makes it pigmented. So I'm using a brush to spread that out all over her eyelid. Guys, check out her eyelid. It's a go. I mean, her eyelid is an eye go. Honestly, it's suitable for any form of eyeshadow styles or crease and all that, or cut crease. So I'm going to be using all the eyeshadows I'm going to be using in this video is taken from Morphe. So I'm going to be Morphe and BH Cosmetics. So I'm going to be using a yellow eyeshadow with Real Techniques brush to go over our upper eyes that's close to our brow bone. Then also I'm going to be going back with another shade of yellow to also intensify that area a lot more. And I'll be going back into that same palette, picking up an orange eyeshadow. This I'm going to be placing it in a crease area. The first one was more like a transition color, but the transition color I wanted it to show a lot more on our eyes, so this particular one is going to be placed in a crease area. So this is an orange eyeshadow and I want it to show more. So guys, I'm going to be very detailed about these eyes, just so you guys understand how I normally do it. If you follow it back to back, guys, I'm sure you'll be able to create it on your own. So I'm just going to be using the orange eyeshadow. I'm going to be packing on the eyeshadow, packing it on. So I'm going to be packing it until I get a desired outcome before I'll now go over and do the next thing. So basically, guys, when you're cutting a crease, it all depends. Your crease can be very intense, and also it can be mild. It depends on how you want it to look like. So I'm just going to be going over and over, make sure that the eyeshadow show a lot more in the crease area. So when I cut the crease, I will have something left in the crease area, and I'm taking it higher. I hope you understand, guys. Do I make sense? Okay. Because why I said that was, if you're cutting the crease and if you're not taking the eyeshadow a lot higher, by the time you cut the crease, you might just find out that you have actually cut the crease where you placed the most of the colors. So whatever colors you are placing, when you place it in the crease area, always make sure that you extend it almost to the brow bone side, not on the brow bone though, almost, so that by the time you cut the crease, you still have some eyeshadow left that is going to be defining the cut crease line for you. Hope that makes sense, guys. So I'm just going to be going into a pencil brush. This is very fluffy and it's from Bobbi Brown. I'm going to be using that to blend the edges of the eyeshadow so we don't have any harsh line. Now I'm going into the cutting of the crease, guys. So I'm going to zoom in so you guys see how detailed it is. I'm using a flat brush to cut the crease. Now guys, if you have a brush that is not too flat, it's a bit how will I say, it's not too flat like what you want, because when you're cutting the crease you need a brush that's a synthetic brush that is flat, that's going to give you that very crisp line. So if you don't have that, you can just use for any flat brush that you have that you know will work for that, but it's not as flat as you want it, just use your eyelash glue on it and use your hand to press it down with like, you know, when you're squeezing out water from when you're washing your brush and you're trying to squeeze out water, you use your 2 fingers to press down the bristles like you want to drain out the water. That's how you will do with this brush. So you put your what's it called, lash glue, to like press it out like you're trying to drain out water from it, so it give you that very flat, sharp bristles. So you allow it to dry a bit. That's what you use, but that's not what I did with this brush. This is how the brush looks with when I put a concealer on it. It just turned flat because it's flat on its own. But I'm just saying, in case you have a brush that you would like to use but it's not as flat as this, just use the lash glue and press it down a lot, press it down well so that it turns very, very flat, and when it dries a bit you can use it. So I'm cutting a crease and I'm trying to be careful, make sure that I cut it so it stays where I want it to be. After cutting it, I'm going to spread down the concealer so it doesn't look too creamy in the crease area. So afterwards, guys, I'm going to be going with a beauty blender just to blend in the concealer. Now, a lot of people make these mistakes when you're trying to cut the crease. Don't add too much of a concealer on it, or I would rather advise that when you're using a concealer to cut the crease, it's better you use a concealer that you know that it dries to tackiness. You understand, like it has this form of tackiness in it. It's very sticky. Any concealer that gets sticky, that gets almost dry, not totally dry, that is almost sticky, is good for cutting of the crease, because it's not going to turn out to be too watery where if you place on an eyeshadow, it's going to look as if it's soaked up or is wet. So that's a tip for you guys. Then this part, like I said earlier, she requested for one of my looks, and one of the looks I did, I have a white eyeliner. She chose that particular one, but when I got to the studio, I didn't go with my white eyeliner. So she saw the look, she said she wanted it, so I had to make do with what I have. So this eyeshadow, this particular white stuff I'm putting on her lid is an eyeshadow from Morphe eyeshadow palette in 35B. So I had to use that on her lid with the same brush. So I'm carefully placing it close to almost to the line that I cut, not totally on the lid, because that is where I want the white eyeliner. So I'm just going to be going over back and forth just to make sure that I have the amount of the liner I want on that particular area. I'll make sure I keep going back till I'm okay with how it looks. So guys, after cutting the crease, I'm going to go back with the same concealer. After applying the white eyeshadow, I'm going to go back with the same concealer that I use in cutting the crease. So I'm going to be using that to form like a white eyeliner in the crease area. So that is the whole idea of you putting on applying the white eyeshadow. So if, assuming I have a white eyeliner, I would have used that just to draw it. So this takes time, but I don't mind. I like anything artistic, so it's just part of me. So I didn't find it very difficult, and I didn't find it like it's too much of a work for me. So this straight white eyeliner that I did now it's, if assuming I have what's it called, the white liquid eyeliner, I would have just done that, but since I don't have it, I had to do this. And I like the fact that I did this because you can actually do this with any colors that you want. So guys, take that and please make good use of that. So after doing that, guys, I'm going to be going through the outer part of our eyes. One of the colors that I use on our crease is what I'm going to be placing at the outer part of our eyes. These eyes might seem too much for some people, but trust me guys, it's not heavy at all. It's not heavy. So as far as a color does not include deep blue, doesn't include deep green, and it doesn't include black, so it's not heavy guys. Any other color, it's nice. It might just come out vibrant, but it's not heavy. So I'm going to be applying the eyeshadow, and this is more like I think is peach, orange peach or deep, I don't know guys, but this is not the like typical orange that I use in the lid. This is one of the colors. So I'm just going to be putting that at the other corner of our eyes. Guys, let me quickly chip in something for you guys. This brush that I'm using, this brush guys, is my first brush. I mean, I need to celebrate this brush. I need to, you know, I need to do I need to celebrate this brush. This is my first ever brush that I'll ever own in my life. First ever brush that it's come in 4 sets. It's a Mary Kay brush, and this was the first brush that I've ever owned. First one, guys. This brush is up to 7 years or 8 years if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this brush you're seeing, it's almost 7 years, 7 or 8 years if I'm not mistaken. So let's come back to the eyes. So now what I'm doing here is, guys, if you notice that I didn't apply any other eyeshadow in this particular side, what I did was the brush that I use in applying that color at the outer part of our eyes, I just brought it into the inner corners of our eyes, just to make it look as if I have a lighter version of that eyeshadow in our outer part of our eyes. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So I blended that into our eyelid, making it look as if I added a lighter shadow of the ones that I use in the outer corners of our eyes. So now I'm going to be blending everything all together, making them look like she was born that way. You understand, guys? So I love these eyes. It's so beautiful. And I'm going to be going into a lid. I'm going to part that is light. I'm going to be using a setting powder just so it's mattify down the concealer over there, because already I use a brush to like pat on the what's it called, the leftover that I have. Do you understand, guys? Like what I'm doing now is just the leftover on the brush that I'm using, but I'm going to be going with a setting powder just to set that place down so it doesn't move or it doesn't get patchy, sorry. So that's what I'm doing. I really enjoyed myself creating this look, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very sure you guys also will enjoy it, or you are enjoying it. So guys, let me know if you have any question about these eyes. Let me know. Just leave me a comment in the section below, the comment section below. So guys, thank you for watching, and I would like to say that this is a collaboration between Amber Photography and myself, but this is a real client, but it's just that a makeup artist and a photographer comes together to perform their magic. So guys, please, I would like you to follow Amber Photography on our Instagram. You guys should go and check her out. She's a female photographer, but she's good. She's a professional. She's a young lady, a promising photographer, and she's good, guys. If you guys have been following me on my Instagram, you would have seen my baby's shoot. She's the one that took it, and one of my picture, the one that I have like a colorful yellow eyelid with a blue eyeliner, guys, she took that as well. So please follow her, check her out. Please let her know you're coming from HD Signatures on YouTube. Guys, do that much for me, please. I'm going to be leaving the pictures of what she took on this lady, guys. It's beautiful. Can you see? Look at the skin. That's her ID, guys. Please check it out. Thank you so much, and I love you guys always. Bye.